Welcome to this False Effect Sports episode, and today I'm going to be just looking ahead to the draft, and I'm going to be doing this series for every division, or at least I'm going to try to, and I'm going to be starting with the NFC East. So I'm going to be looking to the draft, what I think the teams should target in the draft, what players, what position, and all of that. So let's just hop right into it. First I'm going to start with the Cowboys, and I think the Cowboys in the first round, they're definitely gonna want to target tackle. They could even try to get a guy in the second round. I believe they picked there, but I think first round is where the Cowboys are gonna want to go tackle there, especially after losing Tyron Smith. So I think that that's the move for them, and I think that what they should do is try to pick up a running back in the later rounds of the draft. But I think that receiver is also going to be a need of the Cowboys. Obviously, CD Lamb is their number one, but outside of that, it's not like they have anyone. I mean, they have Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert, but I think that they should try to target a guy like Leggett in the second round of the draft. Sorry if I pronounce his name wrong. It could be legit. I'm not too sure, but I think they should try to target him in the second round. And I think that corner could be a position they target too. Probably just in the later rounds. Maybe they can get a guy like Josh Newton later on. But I think that that's going to be what the Cowboys want to do for this draft and for the upcoming draft. Moving on to the next team, I have the New York Giants. And I think that the Giants are going to want to target receiver heavily in this draft. And I think that O'Dunes or Neighbors should be there at 6 for them. I think that they will be there at 6 for them. So I think that that's just going to be the easy move at number 6 for the Giants. Is going to be to take the top receiver up there. And I think that corner could be a position that they look at too in this upcoming draft. Obviously their corner core isn't the worst in the league or anything, but it's not the best at all. So I think that that is definitely what they're going to want to target later on in the draft. Maybe Lassiter is there at their second pick, but we'll just have to see. I think that they could target tackle in this draft, but not until later on. I don't think that they should reach on tackle. I think that if Patrick Paul or one of those other middle tier or middle lower tier tackles in this draft fall to them to number 70, I think that that's the move they should make there. And I think they could target running back later in this draft in the later mid rounds. Um, like Jalen Wright out of Tennessee, maybe he's there at their pick 107. 70 might be a reach for him, but it's kind of a position for need for the Giants. And I think that they could probably target safety later on too in this draft. Just looking at their depth chart, there's really no one there. And moving on to the Commanders next, I think that the Commanders should target Drake May at the 2 spot. I think that he's the number 2 QB. I don't think that they should take Jaden Daniels over him. So I think that that's going to be the pick there. I think they could even target corner in the second round there. Whether Lassiter is there at pick 36 or McKinstry might even fall that far. I think that that's definitely who they should try to target there because both those players are very solid and corner is a bit of a need for them. Um, their corners just don't really jump off the paper at you. So I think that that's definitely where they should go. And I do think that they could potentially target another edge rusher in the middle rounds, but not until the middle rounds, till there's some solid guys falling. Um, I don't think that they should reach on one, especially since they already have a solid core. So I think that it's not something they should reach for, but could be something they consider. I think that safety too. Obviously, they picked up Jeremy Chin, but Percy Butler and Derek Force aren't the best players either. So I think that they could target a guy like Cameron Kinchins from Miami in the second, third round. And I think that they could even try to grab another late round corner. And I think that they should be targeting tight end too in the middle, fourth, fifth, maybe third round. Obviously, they signed Zach Ertz, but I just don't think that, he's getting up there in age. I do like Zach Ertz. I think that's a very good signing, but I think that they should try to target a guy like Theo Johnson in the fourth, fifth round. I think that they could try to target linebacker and receiver later on too. just with Bobby Wagner getting up there in age, and just trying to add another receiver to this group, which they might not need it though. But moving on to the last team, we're going to be moving on to the Eagles now. And the Eagles have lost quite a few pieces, but they've gathered quite a bit of draft capital too. I think that in the first round they should be trying to target Powers Johnson out of Miami, or they should be trying to get Graham Barton. Both those guys are very good on the interior of the O-line, and that's definitely what they need to bolster up on this offense for sure. But defense is really where their weaknesses come. And I think that if a good enough edge does fall to them at 22, that they can say, well, I think we can get a good enough interior guy later on, so we'll take edge now. But I think that interior should be who they target just in case no one does fall there. But I think that on the defensive side, in the second round, they could target edge, especially after losing Hassan Reddick. Maybe a guy like Chris Braswell or Braden Trice is still there. That could be who they target. I think that safety could be a need too for them. Maybe a guy like Tyler Nubin at pick 53 wouldn't be bad. Just in the second rounds. They don't have a third round pick though. And I think that they could try to target another corner later on in the fourth round, fifth round, around there. And I think that they maybe might be looking at taking a receiver around 120. Just it really depends who's there. If there's no one there, I don't think they should reach. But I think that receiver could be a move they make in the later rounds too, 5th, 6th, around there. But just because their receiver 3 is Devontae Parker, who is solid, and they also do have Paris Campbell at. So I think that they might be fine, but they could just target another guy later on just to see if they can find a gem later on in the draft, which really that's what you're always trying to do. But I also think that interior O-line and linebacker could be targeted in the later rounds too, especially if they don't in the first round. But even if they do in the first round, I think that that's the move the Eagles should try to make. But really, that's it. I think that maybe corner too. I think I already went over that though. But that's it for this video. Just taking a quick look ahead to the draft and looking at all of these teams' needs for each division. Let me know what I can do better in these videos and how I can improve and make them better for you guys to watch. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you enjoy your day.